from me.
We are your dad.
What have I done? I've killed all of them. I just had the most disturbing dream. The people of Burkittsville turned into horrible creatures. I killed all of them, but then they transformed back into humans. I had no choice. I lost control of myself. I killed those people. I remember seeing the stranger. He was standing above me, looking down. God, I was dead. I was shot through the head. But the gun was in my hand. I wonder what it all means. This town must be really getting to me. I wish I'd just fled from the monsters, ran into the forest or something, so I wouldn't have been forced to kill them. I can't carry all my gear in town. I'll get it before I go into the woods. I'm not ready to go into the forest just yet. I don't have a map. I haven't met the sheriff yet, and I need information about Pa, his house, and the forest around here. I don't have a map. I wonder how the remaining children in this town have weathered this tragedy. Perhaps their teacher has some insight. No, I shouldn't interrupt class. No, I shouldn't interrupt class.
Hold it. Stop right there.
Are you Sheriff Bowers?
I know why you're here. Martinsburg's out of my jurisdiction. Check with the sheriff there.
We've done that, thank you. But there's been no sign of Jenny since she vanished. We are completely out of leads, and my sister's getting desperate. So I decided to come here and see...
And you think Rustin Parr took your niece? Listen, lady, 8 children disappeared from this town. One of them is back home right now, staring at the corner of his room. The other 7 we dug out of shallow graves in Parr's basement. We searched every corner of that house. There was nothing else there. Be on your way.
Sheriff had a point, you know. All 7 kids we found in Parr's basement were local kids.
I'd like to see his house.
The Parr place? Yeah. Well, you see, the day they sentenced Parr, a lot of folks, well, they got all worked up and went out to his house, burned it to the ground.
They destroyed the house?
Now, these people have been through hell this year. Now, I'm not excusing what they did, but tempers were running hot. Some of these people lost their children. And it's not like there was anything left out there anyway. We went over the entire place with a fine-tooth comb. We found everything we needed to put Parr away for good. This trial was quick.
Is there any way I could talk to the judge who presided? I've got some questions I'd like to ask.
Well, that trial must have worn him out because he just, up and left without telling anyone. I came in and that sign was on the door. It's not really like him, but he's earned a few days off.
I'm not going to bother the sheriff. The sheriff has proven less than helpful. He's on edge and openly hostile to me. The deputy, on the other hand, might be willing to help. I should talk to him when the sheriff isn't around. That these people destroyed the crime scene is infuriating. There's no way that this backwater sheriff could have found the clues that I suspect littered that place. So much evidence lost.
Ah, nice to see you again, Miss Holliday. Still interested in learning about our local legends?
Absolutely.
This book will reveal many things to you. As a single source, it doesn't constitute proof, but I have other volumes that verify its claims.
Well, books can only explain so much, but thank you. I'm sure I'll find it fascinating. Finally, I found someone in this little town that doesn't get on my nerves. The town librarian, Peter Durant, is well educated and quite helpful. He also seems to be the sole link to the real history of Burkittsville. I tried to instill some doubt in him, but he's rock solid in his beliefs. He gave me a book entitled Frederick County Tales of the Supernatural. Mostly superstitions and local folklore. The few entries that mention the Blair Witch don't offer anything beyond what Spookhouse has already gathered. I should leave this book with Mr. Durant. Is this everything that's been written concerning the Blair Witch?
Believe any of it now?
Uh-huh, interesting, but hardly conclusive.
Oh, snuck up on me, huh? What can I do you for?
Sorry, I didn't mean to surprise you. My name is Elspeth Holliday.
I'm Horace Gersten. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Register. Are you a reporter? Oh, you've missed the big story.
So I've heard. But I'm not a reporter, and that's not why I'm here. Well, not directly, anyway.
I see. Well, this sounds interesting.
My 8-year-old niece has been missing for months. I'm trying to find some information about Rustin Parr.
Well, you came to the right place. I can give you the morning edition. It'll bring you up to date.
Oh, that would be wonderful. You seem awfully busy. You've broken the big story, haven't you?
Oh, already wrapped that. I'm on to a bigger one. This town ain't seen nothing yet.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Parr?
Well, I could, but, well, you'd probably better talk to the sheriff first. Have you met Junior?
The sheriff doesn't seem interested in my case.
Yeah, the Parr murders have taken a big toll on old Junior.
There's nothing of interest in that direction.
Sorry, ma'am. If there's anything else we can do to help.
Charlie, get in here.
How might I speak to Parr myself?
Hobart, that'll be enough of that. We got our hands plenty full around here without having the problems of other towns dumped in our laps. Now you go take your troubles to Sheriff Bram in Martinsburg. You leave me and my officers alone. You got it? The Parr case is closed.
There's a note on the door. On vacation back next Monday. I'm not going to bother the sheriff. Excuse me? Oh, good Lord. Hello there. I'm sorry. I must have drifted off. I can return later if you like. No, don't rush off. I'm Suzanne Ascot. Can I help you? My name is Elspeth Holliday. I'm here in search of my missing niece.
Oh, no. This nightmare is endless.
Are you all right?
All right? How could I possibly be all right? Over half my students were slaughtered. My children.
I know what's happened must have taken a terrible toll on you. I wish there was something I could do.
You'll have to excuse me. I haven't been myself lately. No, there's nothing you can do for me. Thank you, though. I'm terribly sorry about your niece.
Why don't you just leave town? Get away for a while.
If it were only that easy. But that's up to my husband.
Your husband?
Mm-hmm. Stephen Ascot, pastor of the church. I've asked him, begged him to move away, but he refuses. He says that without him, no one would be left in the town to appeal to God. Satan would swallow Burkittsville whole. But we've already lost 8 of our beautiful children.
8? Now, I thought only 7 died.
Mm-hmm. Kyle Brody. Well, he isn't dead, but how could anyone say he's alive? Poor, poor boy. He'll never be the same.
What's wrong with him?
After he escaped from Parr, he became unreachable. He doesn't eat, he doesn't sleep, he doesn't talk.
That's awful. He must have been severely traumatized.
I just wish there was some way to pull those terrible memories out of his head.
I do, too.
Especially after a glimpse of what's in his mind. He drew this a few weeks ago. Some weird scribbles and symbols with the words, "Leave me alone."
That is disturbing.
Yes, I know. I almost stopped going by to check on him after I saw this. It's just so heartbreaking.
Would you mind if I kept this?
Well, if you want it. I know I'd be happy never to see it again.
Would it be possible for me to see Kyle?
That's not a good idea. He's not big on strangers anymore.
He's not the only one.
You could always try, though. I'd love to have your help if you think there's a way you can break through to him. The Brody house is out behind the hotel.
The children Parr murdered accounted for half of the town's child population, and now it seems that the one survivor, a boy named Kyle Brody, is lost in a world of his own. The local schoolteacher, Suzanne Ascot, has been keeping track of Kyle's progress during his recovery from the abduction. She showed me one of the boy's drawings. There are strange symbols in the sketch that resemble alphabetic characters. Almost runic, but nothing I recognize. There might be something more to these markings. Perhaps Kyle saw these symbols at Rustin Parr's house. If the townspeople hadn't burned the place to the ground, I could get samples and possibly translate the alphabet. Kyle Brody's house is behind the motel. I'll try to meet with him myself. I shouldn't stray far from town.
How can I help you, ma'am?
Mrs. Brody, I'm Elspeth Holliday. My sister...
Yes, I've heard about you, and I am sorry for your loss, but you'll find no answers here.
I'd like to speak with Kyle to see if he remembers anything about Jenny.
You will do no such thing. Listen, Miss Holliday, I know the pain your family must be going through, but I don't know if my son will ever be the same. Some days he seems like he's making progress, and then he slips back away from me. It's a mother's worst nightmare. Since they found him in Parge, he's been like the walking dead. Oh, God, it rips my heart out to see him like this every day. Please, just go away. Just go. Don't bother my family anymore, for God's sake. We've been through enough. Goodbye, Miss Holliday.
Just met Kyle Brody's mother. She's in pretty bad shape, and the boy's even worse. He sits on his porch, staring blankly off into space and clutching a ragged teddy bear. I'm convinced now that Pa was practicing some form of black magic. The symbols in Kyle's sketch are too uniform to be random scrawlings. They must be characters of some sort of alphabet, something that burned into his memory. They have some similarity with the demonic scripture I've seen. But how would Rustin Parr have learned a demon's alphabet? I can't carry all my gear in